Hey, hi
Hello?
Max.
Oh, one sec, buddy. I can't see you.
Yeah, can you see now?
Ah,
Yeah,
how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good. I'm gonna
Right.
close this. It's cold.
Yeah.
Ooh, raining outside.
Right. That's it's raining. It's great. That's great. Like I mean, yeah, I've been talking to other guy in London, and they he was saying like it's like I mean weather is crazy over there in London. He's kind of a artificial business. Like I mean, yeah, they're the same guy, artificial grass guy, right?
Oh, that
So
guy.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right. So we're saying the weather is so crazy right now these days in London. Like I mean, his business is impacted right now. Kind of.
Is it good?
The business is impacted. Like I mean, because the weather is not that good, and they are not getting a lot of leads for those artificial grass
Yeah,
installation and all. So that is impacted a bit, and their
yeah.
business goes up during the month of April. Right, that's the season time because
Spring before summer. Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah,
So that's the reason,
yeah.
and right now these days, like I mean, I understand. Like I mean, the weather is right now it's a bit crazy over there in London, or it's raining a
Yeah,
lot.
it's just raining. It's just up and down. But
Right,
it's London. It's always going to be the same.
right. I
It's never going to
understand.
change.
Right, that's
There-
great. Right.
There's no point in moaning. Is there? I can go somewhere.
Right. So let's continue with the way we left, like I mean yesterday. So
Yeah,
I'll do the yeah I'll do the screen share and let me know when can you see the screen. So can you see the screen?
yes, I can.
All right, that's great. So we were talking about that day about the demographics, and we have uncovered the age group of corporates like 35 plus, and for location wise, we understand it's London, UK, and then worldwide. We talked about
Yeah.
startups, it's like 25 plus, and location again is London, UK, and worldwide. And we were talking about their occupation. Like we need to understand because when we do some sort of a user persona, so
Yeah.
we need to know like I mean what sort of role they have in that particular corporates which you might look to target it further when you do some sort of a marketing, right? So
Uh,
what?
well, I just target decision makers. I just target like senior management.
Right, right. So these are like I mean CEOs, MDs, and all, right?
Yeah, a lot of MDs.
Right,
Yeah, CEOs, MDs,
and
um,
CFOs as well, probably. I mean global.
sales directors as well. Like a
Right,
lot of sales directors,
right, right. That's great.
and as well there are HR directors as well.
All right, HR directors. Right, that's great. And for the startup, is like just like the founder, right?
Founders.
Director,
Yeah, yeah,
founders, right?
yeah.
And let's talk about their income. Like, I mean, what sort of income range they have? Like, I mean, although decision makers, they will be earning something probably like 200 pound per k. Probably, I mean, 200 pound per k more than like, I mean, that's what they might be earning per year.
Um, I would say it depends on the size of the company. I mean, I think like you're looking at like 70 grand upwards because I deal with some really small companies and some like medium sized companies. So it's a mixture.
Right. So 70k
I,
upwards, right?
I typically am getting more smaller.
Right, 70k plus
Yeah,
GDP, right?
70, 80 grand upwards really.
Right,
I'd,
got it.
because the bigger companies are the ones that find it harder to change in general. I find
Right, that's correct.
the
And
smaller companies that will actually want growth, like when I reach out to them, they will take anything. They'll listen. If you've
exactly.
got any information they can use, they're on it.
Right,
But some medium sized companies will listen to you and they will call you in. It's like,
right.
but it's yeah, I'd say like 70, 80k upwards really.
Got it, got it. And what's the income for that founder? I mean, are they in sort of a, because I understand you're even targeting certain founders who are self-funded and they probably don't have any sort of a income source right now.
Yeah.
But what sort of, if you don't talk about income, let's say what sort of self-funding they probably have, which probably, I mean, which will,
Let's say, I mean, let's say, okay, so if we're saying self-funding, you should have savings,
right,
should have like significant savings. So
right,
let's say, Again, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to put income amounts on it. If I'm being honest,
Right. No, probably, I mean, we can take it from that level because when we were doing this target, it's very difficult to understand. Understand it's very difficult to judge some sort of an income. But the reason why we do this is because let's tell you other way around. Like, I mean, coming from
just to quickly jump in. I think what I would rather say with corporates, okay, we can talk about that. But with startups, I think it's more a case of are you ready to make investments?
right.
That's what I'm thinking. Do you have an investment mindset and are you ready to invest to reap rewards? It's that sort of thing.
Right, right. No, I got it. And one thing that I forgot, like, I mean, for the corporates, we need to talk about their revenues as well. So, what sort of revenues they have, like, I mean, per year, which might be your kind of ideal corporate client.
Ideal corporate client is like 1 million plus.
Right, got it. And so let's talk about the self-funding part. I mean, I understand. So these are the kind of enticing statements that we're talking about. So I was saying, like, I mean, why this is important because this will help you understand what sort of people that you probably have to target, right?
Yeah,
And if they have funds to even pay you, right? I mean, to take the consultancy of yours and all, right? So
yeah,
that's the reason we have to put that number over here. So whenever you are speaking to someone, he's a startup, and you speak like, I mean, okay, so you are self-funded. So how much fund? Probably, I mean, you can probably get that sort of information from them after speaking, and you'll know,
yeah.
like, I mean, this is your ideal client or not, or you should tell about your services and benefits, what you're providing or not, right? So that's where it will help you uncover, like, I mean, this is the right guy to with him I'm speaking or not immediately, like, so
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
so this
you are
will
right.
help. But depending upon how much you charge those startups, let's say you charge five grand, right? So that
Yeah,
person needs to have something like 100K of saving, right? Just the number I'm putting, right? So 100K of
yeah.
saving,
That's fine.
then only he can afford some sort of 5 grand to pay you, right? To get some sort of a business
Yeah,
consultancy and coaching, right? So
yeah. Okay.
yeah, so that's the reason, right? That's the reason I'm putting these numbers, right? So
Yeah. That's
right. So
fine.
is this 100K I just came up with, like, I mean, taking the
Yeah, no,
example.
no. I get you. I get you. That's that. I'm completely happy with that.
Right,
Completely.
right. So that's fine. Like 100K of GBP, they should have a fund or any other number that probably want to think, because a 200 GBP session probably they can take if they have something like probably, I mean, 2K or 10K of investment as well, or self funding,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we need to
I'm happy. I'm happy with 100.
100, right? Right. That's great. All right, so let's move further with the PPTs further. Yeah. So competitors. So any competitors that you have identified, or like, I mean, they are into this thing. Like, I mean, one man a guy who is running some sort of a sales agency and doing the same services that you're doing right now. You know any people? I mean, who is online and
Are you gonna research them?
I'll do that definitely. I'm going to research definitely, but anything that like, I mean, in your circle, like, I mean, or you have been following someone like whom you admire, right? It could be an
Uh,
agency in UK, right? It could be individual guy. It could be Dan Lok. You were saying like Dan Lok that day, so I
yeah,
even follow him a lot, right? So
yeah. Dan Lock's good. Give me a second. All right, there's a guy called Pete Scott. I don't like him, but he's doing all right.
Pete, can you spell that name for me?
Pete
Right.
Scott Scott.
Right, Pete Scott. All right, Pete Scott. I'm just searching for him on Google right now. So help me with his website.
Dan
It's
Lock.
petescott.co.uk. He's a singer, songwriter, and musician.
No,
If
no,
you
no. PeteScott.com.
petescott.com. Okay, all right,
Yeah,
Pete Scott. All right, right, got it. Right. So another is Dan Locke that we have just probably. I've
Yeah,
never.
Dan
I've followed him a lot in YouTube, but have never visited his site at all. So let's me. I mean, let's see what is there in his website.
become a high ticket closer.
Right. Right. Right.
I like his message. I like his message.
All right. Are you ready to unlock the door to lifelong financial confidence? Right. Right. So understand. So Dan Locke and Pete Scott. Any third that you can come up with? Probably, I mean, we'll definitely do the research, but anything that can come from you as well, any third?
Give me a second, actually.
Sure.
Um, um, okay, there's a guy called Alex Schlinsky. Um, his website's called Prospecting on Demand.
Prospecting on
On
demand.
demand.
Dot com or dot co dot uk?
.com.
All right. Right. Take your prospective to the new heights. Right. Climbing
Oh,
the mountain of the.
that is nice. That is nice.
Right.
That's cool. No.
Right, got it. So we will go one by one for the each website, so that we can probably understand what are their likes, what do you like basically on their website and what you dislike, right? So
Mm.
let's start with the Danlock. So as you said, like I mean, for the Danlock, you like the messaging, right? What the messaging that they have,
Yeah. Like I like the lifelong financial confidence, like that sort of thing.
right,
That's how I look at sales,
right.
selling.
That's correct, right? So messaging on banner, right? And then he has some sort of I mean, called some sort of something like, I mean, what exactly the services he is looking in. Someone
Yeah,
can give
yeah.
him a lead, right? So he has
That 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 would
that
be
is
really nice. Like that, like at the top of my website. That would be lovely. Something like that.
right. Lead magnet. That's what we call like some sort of a
Yeah,
lead magnet,
that little that thing where it's got those options. That is great. I
right?
like that.
Right. And then he has various shows like, I mean, on so he has all the logos as well. I mean,
Yeah,
again, the big brands that he has worked with, and probably, I mean, his podcast and all, and all blogs. Like, I mean, blogs is right at the top. Like, I mean, copywriting secrets and all
yeah.
this stuff, right? And probably furthermore, blogs and all. So it's all content, like I mean, speaking, podcast, and all. So yeah, he's doing a lot of stuff, but we need to narrow down. This guy is, I know, like I mean, he's
He's big.
go-
Yeah, he's big. Yeah,
exactly
no,
right. So we don't have to put that much of content. We need to focus a lot more on our target audience. Like I mean, his target audience is totally different. So I
yeah.
understand he has a different kind of a message and different kind of a thing that is going on for him, right? So and he has various like I mean podcast and as well, and he has books. So we probably might not need, right? He has a different sort of UX and all. So definitely, I mean, I understand. Like I
Yeah.
mean, so basically from this we totally get it. Like I mean, these two
Well,
things we probably have.
well, if you go down a little bit,
Yeah.
down, stop. I like this mindset, scale, skills, wealth. I love that. I love
Right.
those little buttons he's got there.
Got it. Got it.
Mindset, scale, skills,
Right.
that stuff.
Right. Got it.
I really like that.
Got it. And these are going to the different categories of his blogs, right?
Yeah.
So
We don't really need that. We don't need to for
I
it to do that.
understand.
But
No, I understand. I mean, some sort of a messaging that he is giving. Like, I mean, I understand. So
Yeah.
some sort of a messaging with some sort of icons, like in your design as well. There was something like icons and all showing your
Yeah.
service and all that we have put, right. So probably I got the like that you have. So let's move on to the other guy. The other guy is Pete, right?
Oh
So
god.
let's talk about his so he's the kind of individual guy. I'll help you ignite your sales confidence even if you hate selling, right? So this is a time to fall in love with sales, right? Apply for it. He's running some sort of again academy or helping people, right? A lot of coaching and all,
Yeah, he's a
right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's all right. He's all right.
Right. So for and
Today, it's your turn. That's cool. All those
right,
bits.
right,
Dramatically increase your lead generation, build deep sales foundations, embody real skills. With my stuff, I want to be talking more about negotiation,
right,
and I like I teach the highest value skill in the world, negotiation.
right,
Something like because I want it to be more based around like a lot of with corporate, I want it to be more negotiation, and with um entrepreneurs, I want it to be more well rounded. But like with corporate, it's just more negotiation.
right. Got it. Right. So he has built, he has some sort of a video. I listened to this, how to make over 200 2,000 sales. So he just have a quick video, right? And probably you can also watch it and we can watch it later, right? What sort of a messages that he is giving. And you probably need to get rid of the videos, some videos that you have on your channel. You look like, don't mind, again, I'm being a critic, right?
Mm.
There's certain videos where you're portraying to be some sort of a model or like something like that, right?
Yeah,
So we
I
don't
know.
have to do that. We have to put a lot of information. Like this guy,
Yeah,
when I started the
I'm
video,
gonna start next week. I'm gonna start doing like real instructional videos. So
right,
yeah, don't worry about that.
informational video, just to the point, and you are speaking, and just the way right now you are speaking, right? You are totally, kind of a body language that you have on this call. Probably, don't think like, you are being too impressive, or just like you speak with the corporates or just like startups, right? So you can
Yeah,
put
yeah,
that
yeah,
sort of,
yeah,
and just make quick videos, informational videos, and probably we can put that sort of videos on the website as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Instructional stuff. That's what I want to sort.
Exactly, information, lot of
That's what I'm
informational
really.
videos, right?
None of this stuff instructional. That's what I'm really keen on.
Exactly right. So yeah, he has a great design, no doubt. Other thing like, what all he's speaking about, putting a lot of his own images, and you see like, after he's also followed same sort of thing. Like, he has given some sort of a benefit statement at the top, right?
Hmm.
Some logos and all, right? And probably, what exactly it's your turn, dramatically again giving lot of benefit statements, like, what
Yeah,
benefit
I
people
want
are
to
going to
use
get,
those. I want to use those as well. Yeah,
right? What exactly benefit people are going to get, right? He has not introduced about himself, or just he's showing the image, definitely, but a lot of he's talking about their target audience, how they are
yeah,
going to benefit from him, right? So he's used that sort of a copy, right? And then he has just given some sort of a information again, right? So just giving some sort of a teaser video, exactly what sort of value he can add, right? And then probably, exactly what he will do, right? He'll teach you the skills, and right, a testimonial. After that, he has introduced himself, right? About Pete Scott. So that comes right in the end, like, what is his bio and how
yeah,
he. So, and then finally, he has given some sort of what exactly he's going to do, right? Personal training, spa, or speaking, those points, right? And followed by again video testimonials. These are very important. Like, if we can get hold of video testimonials from your clients as well, or someone you have worked with,
yeah.
so that.
I can get you some video
Right.
testimonials.
So the design is probably, good. The UX is good for this as well, right? And definitely, that's the thing. We also did for you, but we'll need to build the copy, and we'll probably build the copy around those lines, right? So I got it.
Yeah,
So let's move
cool.
on to the third
On
side,
demand.
right?
Yeah,
Again, take your prospecting to new heights. Again, a kind of a benefit statement which have your and you, and everyone is doing that, right?
It's
if we talk
important.
about,
Yeah.
right, are you ready to unlock, right? So talking about you, right, not talking about himself, right? So, and over here as well, ignite your sales and confidence, right? So we need to have you and your directly in the benefit.
Give me a second because I've got a few of them. Oh, I had. One sec. Um, Give me a second. Okay, so um, can I give you one more, Raoul?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, his name's Tony, Tony.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony, and then PER.
Yeah.
Yeah, ZOW.
Perzow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it, Tony Perzo.
All right.
Yeah, like this guy's really good.
All right.
But check him out. Hmm, Saying to the sales agreement, performance coaching, on agreement. Wow, did I not save this? Okay, one sec.
Right. So, to be honest, like I mean, when I seen the design, probably I mean, again, he's missing. Maybe he's a good negotiator, right? But his design and his entire UX is not. I mean, there is no benefit statement. He's again telling about himself, right? He's I mean, kind of telling what exactly he is into. This thing, I mean, challenging change. Probably he want to invite, and he's just giving those. Probably I mean the video testimonials at the top. That's a good strategy as well. But looking at it from target audience perspective, it's difficult to know how they are going to help. I mean, what exactly sort of help is providing to his clients, right? And he has so much big bio written, right, about himself, right? No doubt he has worked with Fortune 500 companies, so that's the only reason which I go down. I feel a bit more inclined towards reading this guy, but I have to dig information, right? A target user has to play a lot of effort to know about his videos and what client says, and read more about it and research more about it to know exactly what this guy is doing, right? But this is not probably, I mean, this guy might be impressive in terms of negotiation and all, but the
But his
design,
website
his
good.
website is not that much impressive, which will probably, I mean, put
Okay.
him right.
Okay.
So in
And
that particular.
how about we went with something different? Like
Coming in.
I'm thinking something like 99 problems, but 99 problems, but your sales skills aren't one.
Right. So no, I mean, I understand you are thinking from again content and also give that some sort of a time, right? I mean, so don't think like I mean those content Elliot, right? Let's take it like I mean we'll definitely do some sort of a copywriting where we can probably put some sort of a content for you, right? And you can
Something, yeah, just something grabby.
right. I understand. I
Because
understand.
he hasn't got anything. He hasn't got anything grabby. I suppose he's got that video.
Exactly. Exactly.
He's got
Nothing.
video, of him, but there's nothing like
That's
grabby,
correct.
like
That's correct. That's correct.
wise. Yeah.
That's correct. So probably I understand you might be interested because he is the kind of a negotiation, and you would probably want to get into negotiation as well. So probably that's the where
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
influence is coming
Yeah.
from, right? But
But
I understand. We'll take this as a note and we'll see exactly what sort of keywords he's ranking for. So that
Yeah,
will
yeah.
help,
Check
right?
out keywords. Yeah, yeah,
Right. So
yeah, yeah.
we will do that, right? So I got it. But in design wise, we cannot take any inspiration from his design, to be honest, right? So this is nothing. It's a crappy design, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
right. So I got a gist of everything. Like, I mean, on the video. So let's talk about this third one. So again, he has an attention grabbing headline definitely, and
I I think
he's
that is so good.
right, and he's explaining something pod. What is pod? Probably he has a trademark on it, right? And
Yeah.
he has something like prospecting on demand. Okay, was
Prospecting on demand. Yeah.
right, was created to help. So I'll do furthermore the thing on it. I'll watch this video as well. Exactly what he's trying to explain, right? And what is the system like? I mean, let me show you how to generate extra in 7 days. So that's pretty much again these are something benefits and numbers he's providing, right? So that
Yeah.
is some sort of a benefit headline or content that that he have.
Well, I think with entrepreneurs we can that because he's targeting entrepreneurs. So I think let me show you how to gain your next 3 clients in the next 30 days. That's the sort of thing I do.
Right.
But with corporate, that wouldn't work with corporate.
Exactly. So that doesn't work with the corporates. I understand. So that's I mean his target audience probably I mean are they're just right now startups, right? So probably I mean that's the kind of a copy he is writing over here, right? So I understand the point. So this probably system we can use in the startup page, right?
Yeah.
For grabbing their attention and providing the benefit statements, right? And again, he is into blogs, webinars, and free guides, right? So I'll talk. We'll see that. I mean, exactly what he is doing, and rest of the site is again pod and all. He's just expressing his own trademark term, which he has probably invented and joined us. So again, a
Yeah.
short and sweet website and dedicated towards probably just startups, right? And he's probably I mean not sure I mean he's into kind of this thing, so I understand. So this also is a nice little site. I'll do further more research and I'll come up with some sort of a keywords and I'll tell you who are your other competitors as well. But it's a good start for us to probably I mean do furthermore
Lovely.
while doing the research phase, right? So let's move further. Let me just close all the others that I was working on so that I don't get confused. Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. So competitors are done. Likes and dislike. And yeah, now let's. This is a very important slide. Probably. I mean, we can take around 15, 20 minutes or even a little
Okay.
longer on this. So
Okay.
I don't have to say it. You know it. People don't buy what they buy, right? And
Yeah.
so we probably need to hear your personal story and let's see. I mean, how we can use it to build the connection, right? So why you are in this business? We'll talk about redesign. Definitely, we understand. Like when it comes again from all the
Yeah.
clients, like they want to improve their brand awareness, make you authority in your niche, generate quality leads, improve sales, and improve website ranking. So these are general reasons. So we'll talk about this later. But let's hear you out. Like I mean. Your personal story, why you got into sales from your childhood, what your nature was, how you, what kind of a kid you were, right? And something like, I mean, have you done sales in your childhood as well, or something like that? I mean, so
Yeah. I mean, it really started off when I was a kid. I used to go to the market to sell with my uncle. One of my uncles used to run a stall in Nine Elms Market. And I used to go with him on some Sundays and like sell food.
right,
And yeah, I just I loved it all. I loved the whole experience. Where I really decided that sales was for me was that when I was at University of Nottingham,
mm-hmm.
I studied politics,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time as being at university, I worked in a phone shop.
Mm-hmm.
And I sold. I was only working like 3 days a week, but I sold more than everyone else. And then I think from there, I was told by my managers that I'm really good. I'm a natural, that sort of stuff.
Right.
And
So
I realized.
Yeah, just tell me one thing. Like, I mean, University of Nottingham, I missed that part. Like, I mean, when you went there, you studied
Politics.
politics, right?
Yeah. But I realized for me, like, because I think I got into politics because I wanted to help people. But when I did an internship at Parliament and I worked out, I just thought to myself, I don't think they really want to help people. And I worked out from there after my second year that I didn't really want to do politics. My main thing was helping people and adding value to their lives. And then I worked out, look, business is the best way to do that for me. I thought business is the best way to add value to someone's life. So yeah, from there I just decided to go into business. Ended up in sales, number one, because I wanted to have more control over my financial future.
Right. So tell me about, like, I mean, when you dropped out at second year, what sort of job you did?
Well, I didn't drop out, but I just decided that I'm not going to go into politics. I'm going to go into sales after university.
All right.
So
You didn't dropped out, so I thought, like,
no, no, no. I finished my degree, but I was just like, I'm not going into politics. I'd rather go into business. And I decided that business was the best way. Business was going to be my way to give back and to give to people.
right,
Business.
right, got it. And tell me about, I mean, completing that politics was probably, I mean, it's kind of a 3 years course, right? So probably, right? So after that, what sort of job that you landed in, and what exactly was that? You can just give.
So I went to work for I went to work for Foxtons,
Mm-hmm.
which is the biggest estate agent.
Foxtons, Foxtons,
Foxtons.
right? Foxtons, right?
Yeah, the biggest estate agent in London. Um, Now, the first 2 years, I was terrible. I was like the worst. I was like, I had sales experience, but when I went to work there, I was just really bad. It was terrible.
Right,
And then I had to basically, like, I spent 2 years making no money and hating my job, hating it.
right.
And after a while, I decided to commit to it with everything I had,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I decided to start following the systems that they gave to us. My
Right,
problem was I thought I knew it all, so I
right,
thought I could just like magically sell, and that didn't work.
right,
So when I worked out, look, like if you follow the steps to the framework and the system, if you can see people using it and they're being successful, and you're not successful because you're not following that system, it's your fault.
right,
So then I worked out, okay, I need to take this framework and then I need to make it more like I had to tailor it to myself,
mm-hmm.
and then always just be disciplined enough to follow those steps. And then I got really good results. And then I became like the best negotiator in South London, 2 years running. And then I was one of the best in the company, which is very hard to do. And I made a lot of money. I was very successful. I got happy. But that was where I learned you need frameworks and you need steps. You need to follow what the successful are doing.
Right, got it. So that's great.
Success always leaves traces. Just follow those traces.
Right, got it. That's
Instead of following your ego and
right,
thinking that you can do it yourself, which is what I fell into, the trap I fell into.
right, right. Got it. That's great. That's great. That's a great story. Like, I mean, I understand. So I'll just reiterate I mean, just to understand. Like, I mean, if I kind of win the
And
same.
that's where my obsession with frameworks and methods, that's where that all came from. And I will always be that way. And all I do now is teach people my frameworks and my systems, and they become successful. They get what they want. They get results.
Right, right. That's great. So you have built some sort of a frameworks for yourself, and you have already tried and tested,
Yeah.
and for bigger giants like Foxtons and all, and it has really worked wonder. Like, I mean, so that's a great story. I mean, probably, I mean, you have struggled for first 2 years, and you were
Yeah.
terrible, right? And you have
Yeah.
followed what even companies are doing. So that's a great message we can give to corporates, right?
Hmm.
Whatever frameworks that they have built, right? They might not be working, and your salespeople are following at that, right? So this is, they probably are not working for them, right? And that's where you
Or
can,
maybe, Raoul, maybe you do have a system that works, but maybe that person, that individual, just needs a little bit of coaching on how to best make that system their own.
right,
So they're comfortable using it. So they're comfortable going out and being them. Because that's the thing, that a salesperson, you've got to be yourself, but at the same time, have a system. The best salespeople know how to follow a system and be them at the same time.
right, right.
Whereas
Be them.
if you've got a salesperson who's just following a system and you can tell they're being a bit robotic, you don't trust them.
Right, that's correct. I got your point, right? I totally got it. I understand. So the point that you're making, like, I mean, yeah, I understand. So there are two ways, like, I mean, there are two problems that I can identify from here for the corporates as well, right? They might have a system, right, which is working, and but the sales team is not probably following it or adapting it to make some sort of a personal touch, right, or
Yeah,
give them some sort of a different, unique look and perspective, right, to
yeah,
get sales. Or the other thing is, like, I mean, probably their framework is not good, right? And the sales team is doing and following that framework, and nobody is coming up to challenge them and tell them, like, your framework is not good and you probably need to tweak those things and all. So that challenge that you,
let's not say not good, but let's just say
no, yeah.
it could use work or it could use help.
Right. It probably we can tweak. Yeah, I understand. I'm just rephrasing. I will not say,
Okay,
like, I mean, yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
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 definitely I got it. I mean, I mean, that's what you did, right? I mean, you didn't. You followed the framework in Foxton for 2 years, and it didn't bring you any sales, and it didn't work at all, right? So that's where
well,
you jumped in.
the first 2 years, Raoul, the first 2 years, I didn't really follow the framework.
All right. The
I
frame.
didn't really. Then when I started following it, I got results. But then when I got so confident with using the framework and adding my own personal touch to it, that's when I got even better results.
Right, so got it. So I mean, so got it. For the first 2 years was several 2 years, no money, and then stopped following the system. That's what I heard. Like, I mean, initially, like, I mean,
Yeah,
you stopped following the system. I probably thought, like, I mean, so you didn't follow the frameworks, right? So that is something which we cannot mention, but I understand that's your personal touch
yeah,
that you're trying to share, right? Probably you tweaked the framework to make it work for you, and you started following the framework, and then you tweaked it, right? You
yeah.
tweak the framework and to add your personal touch to it, and then that worked wondered, right? So
Yeah.
you
And
was not robotic, and
corporates generally find is they've either got staff that are just not following the framework for success and they're just doing their own thing. They are either following it but not well enough,
right,
not optimally,
right,
and then you've got the people who are following the framework and adding their own personal touch to it.
got it.
And that's why, as we said yesterday, you've got like 20% of people are bringing in most of the
20%
money.
of sales, right? That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah,
Got it, got it. So that's a great kind of a story to build for your about page, and probably, I mean, we can work on that, and we can see, like, I mean, how to build that sort of connection, and so that corporates and both startups can kind of align with you, and they feel like, I mean, that's a kind of a personal touch we can give. Like, I mean, this guy has worked as a corporate as well. He has been he have been terrible. Like, I mean, for the terrible, it's nothing wrong mentioning. Like, I mean, for the first year you sucked, right? I mean, so the startup people can also
yeah,
correlate. Like, probably, I mean, those who are suffering and not bringing in sales, so they can connect with you, right? And they can understand this guy has gone through that particular problem, right? And you
yeah,
have worked for a big corporate, so the corporate can also trust you. Like, I mean, this is the experienced guy who have seen
yeah.
it
That
exactly what sort of,
leadership management. Like I was a leader I became a manager and a leader at Foxtons.
right. So after 4 years, like, I mean, that's what you said. I mean, you worked for there for 4 years.
No, I was there all in all for like 6.
Okay, so right. Totally worked for 6 years.
Yeah, and then I went to another big company as well called Kinley, Folkard and Hayward, KFH. They're really big, and did really well there, really
Come
well.
again, come again. Which company?
It's called KFH.
KFH. Okay.
Yeah, KFH.
All right. KFH, and you worked there for?
Um, 2 years.
As I mean, you became a lead manager already at
Yeah,
Foxtons, right?
I got headhunted
Mm-hmm.
by KFH, and I went there as a manager. and I did really well there, really well.
Right, as a manager, right? Sales
Yeah,
manager, right?
yeah,
Right. So you became a lead sales manager in a Foxton,
yeah,
right? And then you joined KFH as a sales manager. That's great. You worked there for
yeah. I
two
was
years.
headhunted by KFH and
Got it.
went there. Yeah.
Right. Right. That's great. That's great. So that's a great problem, and we can build some sort of a connection from here, and that's a great start. Like I mean, we can
Big,
build it.
nice story around it. Yeah,
Exactly, exactly. So that you can be, I mean, connected with both the target audience, like startup and all.
yeah,
You had great, like I mean, first 2 year experience as well, which people will correlate the startups and all that will correlate to the initial struggle that they face with, right? And you probably can,
yeah. It's just saying, look, like I turned my career around from the worst to the best, and
right,
I I I routinely help people do the same thing.
exactly, right. That's great. So that's what I mean. That's how we have uncovered probably your story. And let's talk about why, right? Why you are in sales? Why not something else like basketball or why not be something like I mean anything in sports and all, right? So let's just talk
Uh,
about this.
well, I love sales because the thing I love about sales mostly is the performance aspect because I love sport growing up. And like I got too old and I didn't pick a sport. Sales was what I loved was the fact that I had to go in every day and perform, and I had to play a role and I had to perform every day. And it's similar with sport; you've got to perform.
Exactly.
And I love the fact that look, the higher I performed, the more money I made, and the lower I performed, the less money I made.
Right. So let's can we think about it? Let's twist it because what I can see, like I mean, for the sales people, I understand. Like I mean, probably I mean you can tell me if you agree with me or not. You like talking with people and connecting with people, right? And you like
Yeah,
talking a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. I love connecting. I love connecting with people. I love yeah, I love helping people because you can't sell something to someone unless they want to go somewhere.
Right.
You don't you like you can only sell something if somebody wants that item to help them, well, to use that item as a tool in their life. So what I loved was the fact that whatever I was selling or whatever was a tool that someone could use to help them get them to where they want to be.
Right.
So if that's a car and they want a Rolls Royce, I'm helping them get themselves to a place where they feel like they are powerful and they're rich and they're confident. Or it could just be like if it's just an iPhone. An iPhone is just a tool to help someone manage their life.
Right. I understand.
So
Yeah.
it was for me. I love making connections with people. I love meeting different people every day.
Right.
That was my thing. That's what I love. I love that sales wasn't and selling and being an entrepreneur. I love that it's not the same thing every day. It's every day's different.
Right. Got it. Got it. So that's what I mean. That's the kind of hook, right? I mean, all those things that we are looking like. I mean, why into sales? Because you love connecting with people, love helping people. I mean, love meeting different people every day, and probably I mean, you like talking a lot, right? Like
Yeah,
talking,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I love connecting with people.
Right. And you like to talk a lot and listen their problems and solve their problems, probably.
Yeah. More importantly, I like to listen to people because when you're a salesperson, when you are who I am, you realize very well. I didn't realize this for the first 2 years of my career, but later on, you realize you've got to be good at listening to people. You've got to be good at connecting and listening to people. And when you listen to people, that's when you identify, oh, okay, this is where you might need some help, or this is where I can help you out.
That's correct.
If you're doing all the talking, you're just talking, and you're not listening to your customer.
Right. Right.
So,
Got it.
so for me, like I think I'm good at sales because I'm a good listener.
Right, that's correct. I mean, every salespeople have to be a very good listener, and probably they need to probably listen the problem and help them solve the problem.
Especially these days, it's about listening. It's not,
Exactly.
and what I love the idea that I love changing how people think about sales, because people think of salespeople as pushy and arrogant. I love just changing that whole perception.
Right. I understand.
That sales is actually about listening. Sales is about the other person first before you.
Right.
And the most successful and the best salespeople think that way. But most salespeople don't think that way. But the good salespeople, and I love to help people become good salespeople.
That's correct. That's great. All right. That's great. That's great. Um, so let's move further. I mean, this is great. I mean, we have uncovered a lot of personal story to build the connection and why you're in the business and redesign. Probably, I mean, anything else that you probably want to add in this particular slide, like I mean, improve brand awareness, make you authority in your niche, or generate quality leads, improve sales, or to improve website rankings. Anything else?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking what in terms of what I do for people, or sorry,
Yeah,
Roll?
so I'm saying like I mean yeah, why we are doing the redesign, right? To improve the brand awareness, make you authority in your niche, generate quality leads and improve sales and
Yeah,
to
I'm
improve.
very those. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I want. Yeah.
right, that's correct. I mean, so these all things we need, and anything else that we probably need to add. I mean, generally, I mean, when we talk about all redesigns, these are the only things probably. I mean, the business is having problem
Well,
with,
I
right?
think the number one thing that I want it to do better is I want the website to create better. Well, just like if someone comes onto my site, I want them to understand um, how important negotiating is and how important selling is. So that's what those other, like Pete's site does that very well. His site says sales is the highest income skill, and I actually would go further and say it's negotiation. For example, like this is my favorite book. My favorite book is this. In business, you don't get what you deserve; you get what you negotiate.
Right,
So I like something like that, like as a benefit statement. In business and life, you don't get what you deserve. Well, yeah, I'll help. Yeah, you get what you negotiate, and I'll help you do that.
right.
I don't know if you can see that,
No, I
but
got it.
yeah.
Right, got it. That's great. So let's move further with the content discovery.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just opening the site and pulling up the site. Just give me a second here. Right. So
Oh,
this is the
posts,
existing.
isn't it? Oh God.
Right. So we need to change the entire messaging over here. Right. I mean, we are
Yeah,
not.
everything needs to change. Everything. Like
Right.
tear it all down. Let's
We're,
ignore it.
yeah, so we are not talking about the design as well. So we're just talking about the content, right? So we are doing the content discovery over here. So let's just focus on the content first over here. I mean, let's talk about the content. So losing deals and all. I mean, you are taking the focus towards negotiation, right?
Yeah, more
So
negotiation. Yeah.
more negotiation, right? So the entire focus of the content will be on negotiations.
Mm-hmm. Like sales and negotiation. That's what I want. Sales and negotiation. Sales and negotiation. That stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Sales and negotiations, right? So I understand. So the corporates, it will be more of teaching. I mean, you'll teach people, you'll do coaching about negotiating, right?
Yeah. With
And
corporate more teaching and with entrepreneurs, it's more like mentoring and coaching.
right, All right, so I'm just trying to open your URL as well, where we probably have built the site. Just give me a second. I'll open that site as well.
Thank you.
Right, that's great. So for the corporates, we are going to build some sort of a headline and line over here, which will be something like will help you. I mean, we'll think about it, but we need to put a line over help your sales team become a great negotiator or something like that. I mean, I'm just thinking, and we'll come up with certain
Yeah,
more
yeah,
lines,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah. Let's like something like help your sales team negotiate, or like negotiate better deals.
Right,
Want to
help
negotiate better deals, something like that. Want to negotiate better deals. Want to negotiate higher value deals.
help your sales team negotiate
Higher value deals.
higher value deals, right? Right. So something around that will build like I mean
Yeah,
sales and coaching,
or
right?
yeah, or like want your team to negotiate higher value deals, something
Right.
like that.
That's great. And for the entrepreneurs as well, we can put something like I mean probably I mean again for the negotiation, or you'll be some sort of a sales coach for them,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So you want to be some sort of a sales coach, right? Because
Yes,
your
something like
domain.
what want to build a business that sells. Want to build a business that sells? Like, do you want to sell more? Something
Right.
like that.
Right.
Want to get more clients? That sort of thing.
Right. Right, got it. So it's like I mean more of coaching because you have a domain. I mean, we'll be moving it on Sales Coach London. Yeah, we have secured a pretty good domain already. I mean, it's a kind of a keyword, right? Which we have already targeted. Like I mean, Sales Coach in London.
Do you
So
think what do you think's better? Because I've got invisiblesalespro.com and I've got salescoachlondon.com. What do you think I should use?
so we can have this. Look, I mean, Invisible Sales Pro. You have Invisible Sales Pro dot
Dot
com.
com. Yeah, I've got two.
Right. So, I mean, we can utilize, I mean, we'll see. I mean, look, most of the benefit that you are going to get is from Sales Coach London because that's a kind of a keyword that you have, right?
Yeah.
And you'll get most of the benefit from this, right? I mean,
Yeah.
but it's not, I mean, it's a kind of a plus one for you, I mean, in terms of SEO benefit, but it's not like, I mean, it has too much weightage for the
Mm.
keyword if you have it in your domain, but still, I mean, someone for you to remember, for them to remember easily. I mean, what we can do is we can redirect Invisible Sales Pro to Sales Coach London and have Sales Coach London as your main domain, right? We'll have both.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's
So
good.
people
Yeah,
can
that's good.
remember you from both the names and still land on the same site because your
That's good.
branding is
I like that. That's really good.
right. So your branding is Invisible Sales Pro, and we want that to be up as well. That domain will redirect to this site. So and
Yeah.
all the rankings will be coming directly in for the Sales Coach London. So
Yeah, I
that's
like that. I'm
yeah.
happy with
So
that. It's good.
right. So that we can do. Let's talk about the other. We'll see. Like I mean, yeah, these are the great stats to start with, and what we can do is probably put some sort of a success stories and give numbers directly over here, right? I mean, what sort of people that you have helped? Like I mean, just like we have entrepreneurs and corporates. Like I mean, we have given some sort of a case study on those pages, right? We'll add certain numbers and values as well that you have helped people with those sort of numbers, right? As you've seen in the
Yeah.
as you've seen in the case study, like when you help improve them some sort of a 10 million sales. So we'll probably add in the in over here as well, like I mean, how much sort of value addition that you have given for this particular business, and we'll
Yeah.
probably need those two success sort of stories, right, from you. I mean, if you have worked with any corporate, or even you can take it from your two corporates that you have worked with, right? Probably, I mean, this. One is Foxton, right, and the other is KFG. So probably, I
Foxtons,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
we can use that as well. I mean, you have worked with corporates as well as a sales manager, and how much revenue just you have helped them to bring to increase their
yeah,
revenue, right, with
yeah,
your effort and
yeah.
all. Right, and probably, I mean, we can get probably testimonials of your any other a recommendation. All will recommend, like, I mean, in LinkedIn profile, you get some recommendations, right? You'll add and build more trust, right? From if you can get the recommendations from your other employees or colleagues in Foxton or KFH, right? So that will build further more trust, and probably we can use those as your testimonials over here for those two brands, right?
Yeah, okay, okay,
If,
yeah,
yeah, so let's see. I mean, if it's possible, I mean, if any person who is known, who is in a good kind of a role or position, probably director and all, if they can provide some sort of a
hello,
recommendation and
hear
revenue,
me?
right? So that if
Yeah.
that person can provide you recommendation and all, so that is great to add. And
Bro, can you just send me a list? So say to me, if you can say to me, Max, I need two times
I'll I'll
um corporate referrals. Yeah, just and
I'll do
I'll
that.
get that done for
I'll
you.
do that. I'll do that. I'll send you the list. I mean, I'll build the entire MOM for just like I showed you, and action items,
Yeah,
and I'll put that after this call, right? So once we have completed
lovely,
discovery, you'll have all those things we probably need, right?
lovely,
And for the
lovely.
entrepreneurs as well, we probably can come up with certain people, like their stories and all, right? Their actual
Yeah,
faces, their photos, and we can build some sort of a case studies for them, and we can help
yeah,
them. We can show the direct numbers over here, how much numbers we have helped them improved, and how much fund probably they have got, or how much sales they have. Percentage, like, I mean, their sales improved by 200% or 300%. If you don't give
yeah,
numbers, like, I mean, big numbers like 1 billion, 2 million, even jump of 1x 2x is too much for a kind of a startup, right? If they
yeah,
get
yeah,
their
yeah, yeah. Of course,
revenue jumped up by 2x time, so that's a great jump, right? So we don't have to give any numbers for the startups and their testimonial case studies, right? And those corporate services and all, right? So this is something where you are doing some sort of a help with their negotiation, like coaching the team members,
yeah.
right, and help them building the coaching and all. So we'll think about two services that you can do, and we'll think about those things, like, I mean, what exactly services that we
I
can
think for
probably,
entrepreneurs, branding and positioning's fight is good. Um,
right.
and um, and branding and positioning and sales, sales and negotiation training
Just a
for
second,
entrepreneurs. So branding and positioning.
just a second, just a second.
Oh, you've got a lot.
Yeah, just a second. Right. Right. So for the entrepreneurs, we are talking about, we can keep with the branding
Yes.
and positioning, right?
I like branding and marketing analysis.
Branding and marketing analysis. Right.
Yeah, and then we say sales and negotiation training, and then say the confidence to grow your business in your market, something like that.
Right. So this is all for those startups, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Right.
I've got some pictures that I'll send you that are like a bit nicer.
Definitely, definitely. And for the corporate, what sort of services that you can think of, which you will probably
So that's like staff skills analysis.
staff skill analysis.
Staff, so that's me looking at the staff, analyzing how they're
Right,
doing.
right, 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 right,
Yeah, framework and methodology development as well. Framework and method
right. Got it. Methodology
development.
development, right?
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right, right. That's great. And probably coaching is the kind of a third service we can see. Like, I mean, if you can probably, I mean,
Yeah,
change
yeah,
the
coach.
design,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right? Coaching and upskilling your staff,
yeah,
right, to bring in more sales, something like that.
yeah. To bring in higher value sales, yeah. Let's say that higher value sales.
Right. That's great. That's great. Right, so we'll have some sort of a about as well for you, and we'll see, like, I mean, we'll introduce some another section where we can add further more benefits, right? Some sort of a bullet benefit so that people can read what exactly benefits, or we'll probably change this design a bit to add some sort of a bullet points as well, so that we can add more points over here for corporate services, just like we have seen in this particular site, right? I mean, the Pete
Yeah.
guy, he's providing those benefit statements. So probably we'll see, like, I
Yeah,
mean, what exactly.
I like that. I like that. But up,
Right.
I like that. Yeah, I like that one
Right.
higher up. Yeah.
So that's what we can probably put that some sort of benefit statements right after people are seeing the success story and testimonials, right? And they have seen what results you have given. So they further scroll down and then see the what benefits you are going to provide for the corporates, right? Instead of putting
Hmm.
in services, let's change it around to add those benefits, right? And then they can click, and from there they'll go to the service page, and there we can add furthermore those stuff like services and all. Let me just open the corporate page, right? So there we can explain exactly what services or what stuff are you going to, and we can add all the logos, right? The logos will be here, those corporates we have worked with. Again,
Yeah.
some sort of a case studies to see them, I mean, exact details and all, what we have worked and how we have helped them, right? And probably we'll see, like, I mean, over here we can add some sort of points like your process, how you help with people, right? I mean, what sort of thing that
Yeah.
you do, right? And
Yeah.
we'll see, like, I mean, we'll add various sector experience, and we'll talk about, we'll do some sort of a brainstorming over here as well when we come on this particular point, and we'll see, I
Yeah.
mean, what sort of UX that we can give, and then services and all. That's what we talked about, right? And then we'll give some sort of services and all, so that we can help attending all those, giving all those references and all. So that's great. I'm getting the point of that's the great point. I mean, the great way of uncovering your content discovery and going side by side exactly how you are going to do all those things, right? So let's further. So about and all, and awards, right? So anything that probably, I mean, you're thinking like we probably need to add awards as well, because people have.
Well, I won awards as a negotiator with the companies I work for, not as Invisible Sales
I
Pro
know,
yet.
no, I understand. So that's fine. That will be fine. Even when I was working, like, I mean, every business owner, when they get into something, like, it's a start phase, is a struggle phase, right? They have to
Yeah.
put the awards. Definitely, I understand. So even I have not won awards being a business owner because client never give you some sort of a award and all, right? And but you get
The
it
award
when
is
you
the award you get is the money. That's
exactly,
well,
exactly,
we can say highest volume negotiator
right,
at Foxtons,
right,
highest volume negotiator, highest business unit growth, business unit growth,
right, right.
and then I did highest volume negotiator twice actually.
All right, twice won highest volume negotiator at
Foxtons.
Foxton, right?
Yeah.
Highest business unit growth, right? And certain other things like you can think of at KFH, probably. I mean, you have won any award over there, or uh,
Yeah, that was highest business unit growth was at KFH.
all right, highest business unit growth at KFH. So that's
Yeah.
fine, right? I mean, a couple of these things we can probably mention directly, right? I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Then we'll have blogs, and we'll see, like, I mean, any other section we probably have to add, or we'll see, like, I mean, it's kind of coming in shape and in line right now, right?
Mm.
Let's further go back to the slide, and let's see what other thing we probably can think of adding, right? We have added solution and services, we have talked about products and all, we are not going to do, right? What we do exactly, we have talked about values, right? So values, we probably, when we get into the value, I mean, yesterday we uncovered certain values, right? So values that you're going to provide and stuff like that.
Sorry.
So we have talked about the values, right? Can you hear me? Your voice is breaking, Max, a bit.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, your voice is breaking, Max. Probably I'll disconnect the call and call you again.